Hi world, and this is my video on the Mercury retrogrades over 2016. And I wouldn't normally bother doing this, but there was one or two unusual features about the Mercury retrogrades this year, so it's worth doing a video on. I'm not doing a video on the new moons and full moons of 2016, neither am I doing a video on the transits of Mercury apart from retrogrades, or for that matter the transits of Venus. They're all too fleeting. But the Mercury retrogrades are interesting. Let's have a look at them first of all. And Earth signs, you're it. Mercury retrograde is happening in all of the Earth signs this year. We're in a Mercury retrograde as I speak. Mercury was retrograde in Capricorn. It went retrograde a couple of days ago, and it's now going. It went retrograde in very early Aquarius. It's now leaving Aquarius as we speak, heading back into Capricorn, where it will stand still on the 25th stroke 26th of January, depending on where you are in the world. Thing is, it will stand still in mid-Capricorn at 14, remember this, 14 degrees of Capricorn, conjunct Pluto for a week. Then Mercury will move forward. It'll move into Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, and then into Taurus, the second of the Earth signs, where Mercury will stand still and go retrograde on the 28th of April at 23 degrees of Taurus. And it's only a short retrograde in distance, but a long one in time. It will stop going retrograde on the 22nd of May, so it's a 24-25 day retrograde period. But when it stands still and starts moving forward again, it will be at 14 degrees of Taurus, the second of the Earth signs. Then Mercury moves forward again through Gemini, Cancer, Leo and into Virgo, and then it will stand still on the 30th of August conjunct Jupiter at 29 degrees of Virgo at the very end of Virgo at the end of August, before going backwards and standing still on the 21st of September at 14 degrees of Virgo. And then it will move forward again, move into Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, until it will stand still on the 18th of December at 14-15 degrees of Capricorn conjunct Pluto, before retrograding back into the very end of Sagittarius at the start of January next year. Now, there are two major aspects that the Mercury retrograde is going to be making this year. The first one is going to be at the end of January. Mercury retrograde will stand still conjunct Pluto for a week. Pluto in Capricorn is about the transformation of the structures of the economic world, the political world, and the rulerships of the world that we live in. Mercury retrograde in Capricorn at the moment is bringing a lot of confusion around the transparency of some of these structures, but when Mercury stands still conjunct Pluto around the 25th of January, so for 4 or 5 days each side of this, for the last 10 days of January, I do expect a lot of, how can I say this politely, fecal matter to come out of the undergrowth and to be exposed, especially in some of the political situations around the world. You can expect a veritable storm of verdigris to come out at this time, end of January, big one. And then there's the conjunction of Mercury retrograde, where Mercury stops going forward and stands still, ready to go backward at the very end of August this year. So the period of the 27th of August through to about the 4th of September, Mercury will be at 29 degrees of Virgo, conjunct Jupiter. And this is going to lead to a period of significant, over-the-top, larger-than-life situations, mountains being made out of molehills, overdosing on communication, large amounts of wordage, without a great deal of substance, which won't get resolved until Mercury actually leaves Virgo, which isn't going to be until perhaps early October. So I do anticipate the period at the end of August and the start of September to be much larger than life. Storm in a teacup, mountains made out of molehills. It's also really significant how Mercury will stand still at the end of January at 14 Capricorn, stand still in middle end of May at 14 degrees of Taurus, and then stand still prior to going forward at the end of September at 14 degrees of Virgo, and then stands still ready to go retrograde at 15 degrees of Capricorn at the end of December. So anybody, particularly the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but also to a lesser extent the water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and all signs really, anyone who's born with the sun around 14 or 15 degrees in the exact middle of your sun sign, normally but not always equating to the period of the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, 6th, 7th, 8th of your respective month, but obviously check this for yourself. But if your sun, or you have a prominent planet at 14 degrees of your sign, especially if it's in an earth sign, be aware that this year is going to bring a lot of mixed signals, a lot of communication uncertainty, and the Mercury retrogrades this year are much more significant than normal. All being in earth signs, it does suggest a lot of miscommunication and misunderstanding around the things that matter to us in terms of materials, money, possessions, property, assets, sense of value, sense of dealing with the world in a material and manifest way. There's going to be big changes financially this year. Be ready for it. And let's see what this current Mercury retrograde brings us by the end of January. Part of me is really excited by this. I'm licking my lips because I think a few big names are going to have to fall on their sword. Only, however, the hypocrites and the liars. Mercury retrograde, it always brings out the dirt. Even if it is, sometimes, a pain in the backside. All right, folks, catch you later. Bye.